You see that smoke off in the distance. We just felt an explosion, quite frankly, happen. And a bunch of federal agents just walked down there. We cannot see what happened down there, but there's a decent amount of smoke about a block down. I don't quite frankly know what that was, but it was pretty startling here. What we have behind me in the lime green vest, these are State Patrol officers, and then behind them are federal agents. We have Border Patrol agents as well as ICE agents. And then if we flip the camera here, this is now where the line of protesters is. And we're going to walk down here. You can see this makeshift barrier that protesters have made. They have put a car to block the road, and then they brought in all of these dumpsters from the alley to block the road so that ICE or anyone is not able to leave the scene. So I would say there's about 100 or so protesters here on this side. There are still more protesters coming, and then there's also more protesters on the other street. Chris, we have seen already multiple clashes between federal agents and with protesters. When we were at the Renee Good shooting, there was immediately a perimeter that was set up with MPD, and things got a little bit out of hand once MPD took away those barricades and protesters started to flood the streets. But this was getting out of hand early in terms of protesters and federal agents pushing, shoving, federal agents deploying tons of chemical irritant to try to get these protesters back. What people on the ground are saying, Chris, is that there is another ICE-involved shooting. That is why people have rushed to the scene here in the Whittier neighborhood. As you mentioned, we saw the statement from the city of Minneapolis saying that there was potentially reports or of a federal agent-involved shooting. But again, people are here because they got word and they believe that there is another ICE-involved shooting. We are currently moving because there's another one of these explosions, Chris. This is the second one that has now gone off. That's a third one. Not sure if that's possibly tear gas. We're going to stay back here because I think they're deploying tear gas, and that's really not fun to be in the middle of. So we're going to stay back here. But again, there's two scenes. The scenes that we were at about a block away, and then there's another crowd of protesters.
They just put one in the crowd right here, so watch out.
It's fairly chaotic, Chris. It's a little bit hard to see right now because we are pushed back here, but it's Border Patrol agents as well as the State Patrol in those lime green vests. But they are deploying these tear gas canisters into the crowd to try to get the crowd to back up so they can secure a perimeter.
Hey!
Oh, these are tear gas canisters, Chris. We are running back to the scene.
Go back! Move it! Thank you!
All right. Yeah, Joe. You guys go get to a safe spot.
We're okay, Chris. We're okay.
Okay, good.
We're okay. We're okay.
They're just throwing them pretty far.
Yeah, they're just launching these things into the crowd. We've taken a considerable step back here, so we're making sure we are a safe distance away. Last time when we were on air, we felt like we were a safe distance, and then they started launching these tear gas canisters into the crowd, which is when you saw us sprinting away. So we are pretty far back here. You can see up ahead, that's that barricade that protesters set up quite quickly after we got on scene here around 9:30, blocking the road, not allowing any cars through. There's then now another one here of, again, trash cans. There's a mattress here. So people are trying to block the road and not allow anyone in or out of this situation here. I think you guys are absolutely correct describing this as a very volatile scene. This is now the third time Jana and myself have been on scene at these ICE-involved shootings, and it definitely feels like the tension here and the angst is a lot higher than the other two. We already saw multiple clashes between federal agents and protesters. We've seen, quite frankly, more chemical irritant deployed in just an hour here than I felt like we saw at the other two ICE-involved shootings combined. So it's tensions are extremely high, people are extremely angry, and it's also negative 15 degrees outside. MPD was on the scene right when we got down here at 9:30, and then so it was a mix of MPD, Border Patrol agents and ICE agents, and then I would say 20 to 30 minutes later, that is when State Patrol got on scene. So it still appears that all three law enforcement agencies are on scene. And I want to show you something, Chris. This is that makeshift roadblock that people have set up, but then look at these like road strips. These look like nails that protesters have put on the road here. Again,
those are stop
even
sticks,
if
though.
someone were to drive, right, stop
Exactly.
sticks. Stop sticks, exactly, Chris, that people have put on the ground here so that I guess if federal vehicles were attempting to leave, that they would then catch their tires and give them flat tires. So as Jenna mentioned, the scene, although there is the three law enforcement agencies that are controlling the direct perimeter, if you just step about a block back in each direction, the scene is just being controlled by citizens. There's no one here directing traffic as of course, people who are not here protesting are just trying to get to and from places.
Right. Okay.
And so at this point, you said MPD, State Patrol were on the scene. What do you see them doing?
State Patrol is just trying to keep a perimeter, and NPD was also doing the same. You know, of course, MPD, they have said repeatedly that their sole purpose when they arrive to a situation like this is to make sure that everyone stays safe, that the federal agents stay safe, that the protesters stay safe, and that they are able to secure the scene. So that is what all three law enforcement agencies are doing. In terms of when we see that chemical irritant deployed, that seems to always be deployed by those federal agents. What we are seeing now from protesters is just a lot of chanting. They're chanting ICE out. They're chanting, you know, F ICE. They're also banging on trash cans, trying to make as much noise as possible. So the scene is peaceful right now, and the only reason I hesitantly say that is because about 45 minutes ago, the scene seemed peaceful as well, and then all of a sudden, tons of tear gas was deployed, and we were caught right in the middle of it as we were reporting. So hopefully we have reached the end of all of this chemical irritant being deployed, and that these protests, you know, they're going to keep chanting, they're blocking the road, but hopefully things do not escalate past where they are right now.